Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Starmade. Oh man guys, time passes so quickly. It's been 10 or 11 days since the previous episode. There's just nothing I can do. This is always a sign that I did have better ideas in other games and fancied playing other games. And if I can confirm something to be more or less true, then it is that how much I fancy playing a game is reflected in how the episode is turning out. So ever since a year or so ago, I decided to make Starmade only once a week and just more frequently when I fancy it. And I think that was a good decision because Starmade still interests me, and I think it wouldn't if I overplayed it this much. So since this is such a long-lasting series, you will just have to wait a little bit longer for the episodes to come out. I mean, I haven't been inactive on YouTube. I uploaded a video almost every day. But yeah, I just need to make sure that I have some variety in my games, and longer-lasting series will just have less priorities. They will be regular over a very long period of time, but not as frequently. However, you can still ask me in the comments section, where is Starmade? For instance, today is Starmade because someone mentioned it. I totally forgot to record an episode, and when I checked the dates, it was such a long time ago. I'm really sorry. For me, it feels like 2 or 3 days ago since I built this missile thingy. But anyways, enough babbling around. Today it's time to get a little bit to it. I want to work on the roof today. We want to make this a little bit nicer, and we might also do some corrections with the turrets. Since we still have some mistakes, they cannot really move freely. At some point they always get stuck, and I still have to figure out which blocks are actually causing this and how I can avoid it. However, I would suggest we start by adding or continuing this blue strip line all the way back to here at least. And then what the heck is this block? It's a build block, okay. And then I will probably also relocate those hatches. Does even anyone still remember what those hatches were for? I think I planned them for missile tubes. Oh yeah, that's right, I do remember now. Anyways, let's do some work. I already did set myself a symmetry plane, so that shouldn't be the issue. The question is just, do we want to embed them in the flooring? Yeah, we might also want to continue the black line here, right? Decisions over decisions. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna remove this entire line here, and then we're gonna add a row of black right here with another row of black, and those two lines will be kind of sandwiching this crystal here. Yes, magnificent. Let's do this for the rest of the things. I think I'm gonna do this quickly off camera. Right, let's do the same thing for the rest of these lines right here. We might have to improvise slightly. What the heck is this? More mistakes. There we go, that is fixed. However, we do not have a crystal line for those going on. But it would be suiting. I mean, we can just take the line from right here. Let's continue that. And then right here we move over, snuggle that right in here. How about that? Is that too much? No, I think that is actually decent. I mean, it kind of fits the overall design. I mean, this ship is comic-y and shiny and lighty. It's not really supposed to look like a ship humans would build. Okay, all the lines are hooked up. We only have to make sure that we still have an encasement here. Do we want to embed that in the floor? Yeah, I guess right here it would make sense to just get rid of those and add the black stripes like so. So let me just quickly finish the top half of this roof, and then we check out how we can continue. Okay, so far so good. I took myself the liberty and already placed another white line right here, which I want to continue into this direction, kind of narrowing it down. And I think we want to do this somewhat like this. I'm just gonna remove one line from here, and then we're gonna add a white line instead. And then I want to go in one block. Let's see, we have to remove 2 of those guys. Yeah, somewhat like that. And then I can just simply take 2 every time away, and we should have this pretty quickly this way. Right, and whenever we have something like that, we are gonna interrupt the pattern and continue right here. So for instance, right now, we should continue with 43 blocks. Same thing right here, remove those, add it like so. Then 41 blocks for those 2 guys. And so on and so forth until we reach the end where it is only one block left. When that is the case, I'm probably gonna surround it with a layer of black hole and then we see how that looks like. It's gonna be a little bit crazy maybe. See you in a second. Right, here we are a little bit later, and as it turns out, at least in my opinion, this was not a too bad idea in order to start decorating the hull and make it a little bit more interesting to look at. The white advanced armor gives a good contrast to the grey standard armor and does look really nice when it's surrounded with black armor. I just couldn't resist building some more of it, and I think we're gonna do the exact same thing right here where we have this huge surface which really has no patterns yet and is really boring to look at, and maybe also something similar for the wings that could look really cool, don't you think? But there is another thing we need to take care of, and that is more entrances to the mothership. So let's see what is actually beneath here. We have the hangar door, and in between we do have tons of modules. So maybe one entrance could be right here. In the center we could free up some space. We need at least a 3x3 wide area, so I think I'm just gonna poke out something here and we're gonna dig ourselves through the modules that we have placed here. I mean, we can afford losing a bunch of them. Jeez, I did have a whole lot of modules placed here. That's crazy. For how long does this continue? Ah, there we go. I finally found the hangar entrance. Holy cow, this is like a hallway. It's crazy, but at least it is going to be another entrance. Let's see, we want to light it up. So let's make sure we are adding a strip line of crystals right here. I keep saying strip line, but I think I should say strip or line, but not both at the same time. There we go, we got 2 strips on the top and the bottom and 2 lines on the right and the left. The only thing I still want to do is maybe arrange it a little bit more hallway-ish, or tube-ish actually. We're gonna do this with white blocks as well. And of course we need to arrange them in the right way. Can I even do that with an additional symmetry plane? We're gonna set yet another symmetry plane right on top of this bad boy, and now we should be able to do all corners at once. Yeah, look at that. And right here, the top one, we are gonna fill up with blast doors. Somewhat like this. That looks like a respectable hallway. Furthermore, I want to make it more visible from the outside, so we're gonna surround it with even more crystals. There we go. Maybe we get rid of the crystals in the corners. Yeah, that's a little bit more decent. And last but not least, we want to add some plex doors. So we can simply just open that up, go through and close it back down again. How does that look from afar? Not too shabby, and it can be easily spotted. And people who are allowed to open this door will be able to actually get into the mothership a little bit easier. Let's see where else we should be adding stuff like that. For instance, right here, it would be good to get into the observatory room rather easily. This time we probably won't have to do it with a hallway. I wonder what would be the best spot. Probably right here in the corner, to be honest with you, somewhat like this. Can just open this up. Yeah, look at that. This is just 1 layer thick. Incredible. Incredible. So here we can have the blast door, but we should again surround it with the appropriate stuff. Oh, I just remember I didn't remove the symmetry plane from before. Yeah, look at that. That was of course one big fat mistake. Let's see if we can fix that. Hopefully there are gonna be enough undo steps. Let's see, undo. Yeah, okay, this was the last step I took here. So let's unset this plane here. And now we can go back to the plan I had before. Poke out a hole, fill it up with blast doors, surround it with crystals and black hole. Or not hole, I should say hull. But you know what I mean. There we go, that seems to be a good entrance. I think I'm gonna actually pillar this up slightly. Just expanding those guys, and then I guess we can somewhat close it off. Make the entrance a little bit narrower. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna do something like that. How about that? I think we can fit through a 2x1 hole. At least I hope so. Otherwise, we're just gonna fix it. Right, anyways, what is next? Now we can go into the observatory. We can go into the hangar. We should also add some hatch doors for the thrusters. That could be good. And another one for the top part right here. At the moment, I only have poked in a hole. And of course, that is not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it. So I would say right here, here we're gonna do this. Remove a good chunk here, fill it up with crystals and blast doors. There we go. How about that? We could open it up, then we get into this compartment. Yeah, I actually think I'm gonna leave it at that. You would come down right here, and then we are gonna make another entrance right here, I would say. So now we would come from the top right here, float down, use this blast door in order to access the core, and this hole right here I want to fill up again. There we go, all fixed and done. Well, let me actually prepare some more wedge work for the top part of the ship. We want to continue this pattern as I said before, and then we're gonna have another look at the progress made. Okay, back we are. I did some more work. As you can see, I continued something similar on the back here, and I think it makes a lot of a difference. Of course, we are not just yet done. We will also have to do some bump mapping in quotes, meaning that we want to have a bunch of parts which are actually sticking out of the surface. Right now everything is completely flat. I also replaced those guys with white armor, and just these little nuances make a whole lot of a difference here, I have to say. Anyways, let's continue our pattern right here. I think this is about 31 in length. There we go. And right here we want to do it a little bit differently by removing stuff right here and kind of go in a stairway pattern, but this time both of them are gonna go into the same direction. So it's always gonna be 31 in length, and then we just continue until we reach the end of the wing, no matter where we end up. So if I went into the remove mode, you can see that I actually have to click on this block in order to properly remove it. This doesn't change if you are in the add mode, so you still have to click this block, even though it might look a little bit confusing. But this way we can simply remove all of these and then replace them with white hull. Now I think instead of going 2 all the time, we're just going 1 as of right here. So we're going up a little bit more rapidly and accommodate the shapes of the wings a little bit better. Geez, sometimes it's really interesting where I have all of my modules snuggled up there. Okay, let's see. Now we need to be a little bit more careful. Right, let's see if we can start filling that up with modules, or rather modules, I mean white hull. And then of course, as per usual, we'll have to surround this with black hull, otherwise it looks a little bit more out of place. There we go, but the overall shape turned out nicely actually, and we're gonna continue this pattern up here into this direction. There we go, and this gives us a guideline what we still have to remove. Let's see, that's 29 here, so 28, 27, and so on and so forth. Let me just quickly finish some of that. Voila! Everything removed all the way back to a block size of 2. And now we have to do the same thing vice versa. So always increase it by 1, place 2 rows of white hull, and increment the length by 1. That was brilliant commentary right there. Anyways, I am done with the white hull for the time being. I just want to surround this with black hull in order to kind of complete what we have started here. Yeah, but let's have a proper look at it. How does that look overall? Oh yeah, guys, I mean, you know, contrary to what it was before, this is so much more interesting to look at. I don't know, you might think completely otherwise. There's just this one strip right here that I kind of want to get rid of. Just gonna fill it up with the gray standard hull, and then we go back into remove mode and exchange everything right here. Let me quickly do that, then we're gonna have a proper last look at it, and then I guess since I'm already at it for hours again, we are gonna wrap up the episode. I mean, even though we didn't make too much progress today, it's all stuff that is necessary and in the end will make a whole lot of a difference. Yay, we did it! Today's goal is achieved. Doing some roofing, making the roof more interesting, and also getting a bunch of entrances into the mothership going. Now, as I said, of course, we are not just yet done with the roofing. There will be some more decorative parts, such as these pipelines all over the place, but maybe a little bit in line with the patterns that we have right now. Next up, we will also have to do something about the back of the wing. That is still something that is not finished just yet. If we have a proper look behind here, yeah, you can see that there are a bunch of modules still visible. Then we have a whole lot of wedging work right here to do with maybe some interesting patterns. There are lots of surfaces right here where we can either place some more turrets. Right here, I would like to have another entrance, probably for small ships or humans. But yeah, every time I have a look around, there is still tons of work to do. Still, I think in one of the next episodes we are actually gonna start with a new major project, which is gonna be a space station. I haven't built on a space station for such a long time, and I think it is just time that we get back into it. In the first season, the space station was rather amusing, I have to say. But yeah guys, other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time. Don't forget to leave down your support, likes and feedback down below. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.